Well, guys, you prepared now this week to head to Huntsville Conference tournaments. Kind of what you've been looking for. What are your kind of thoughts as you get ready to make this trip?
I mean, we're just trying to do what we do every day. We got a quick turnaround from the tournament, but today we spent a lot of time in film and just I think we're prepared body wise, on the court wise. Just trying to get our mental prepared to have the right perspective going out there.
How uneasy of a feeling is it when you don't know who your opponent is until that night before?
I would say it's a little bit uneasy, but given that we played everybody twice, we kind of know what each possible opponent would look like going into the tournament. So we're excited for sure.
We talked to Coach about six-man. He mentioned that you had some conversations, and you obviously were very willing to come off the bench. Something you're excited to do, glad to do. I guess when you came over from Arkansas Tech and the first few practices, did it take some acclimation, getting used to that? I'm sure, like you said, you haven't done it in a long time. So what was the first few days, the first few weeks of kind of getting acclimated to being a key bench player like?
When I got into the portal and trying to come back up to this level, I kind of knew that it was going to be a challenge. You know, I didn't think when I got in the portal that I was going to go anywhere and, you know, be the star. And I was willing to do that because I feel like for the rest of my career, it's not going to be anywhere where you just go and you're the star, you know. So I was willing to go into any situation, you know, knowing that I was going to have to work for whatever I got. And they made it really easy getting here, and a lot of selfless guys. It made it super easy for me to accept the role of coming off the bench. So.
Do you guys feel like you're playing the most connected as a team right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's funny how it all comes around. I mean, you want to be playing the best basketball in March, which I think we are right now. I think it's just a testament to Coach McKay not being complacent with any success.
Zach, coming off last year's season, obviously 7-9 in conference and losing first round of the conference tournament. How much, success, pride, joy comes from the success the team's had so far this year? Getting that regular season title and the #1 seed in the conference tournament.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, even last year, I'd probably say like I still had a good time, but like having the success and being the #1 seed, winning the conference tournament, regular season, is just a big deal. And I mean, it's cool to do it with these guys. I think we always kind of bought into something bigger than ourselves. I mean, as Bill said, no first team all conference guys, but I think there's a reason why we're the #1 team in the conference, because every single guy 1 through 15 has made an impact on why we're the #1 seed.
Does that last little bit of leadership on your shoulder that you guys don't have that first team all conference? Do you think about that kind of stuff? Does it fire you up whenever you get into games? Obviously, you're playing for something bigger than that, but is it something you think about?
I don't think so. I think we got a coach that doesn't like applaud that stuff, and I think we're in the locker room just laughing and talking about the stuff. We just don't applaud and don't value that stuff too high. We made a goal at the beginning of the season to win a conference championship, and that's still ahead of us. So.
Taelon, do you agree with that? Have you always been like that your entire career, or just kind of changing into that mindset since you've been here?
I would say it's not something that was taught at my previous institution, but since being here, it's opened my eyes to what it's like to be on a team, a selfless team, and just around a bunch of guys who care for something bigger than what they do on a nightly basis. So it's a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be on a team like this.
Curious for you good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Curious for both of y'all. Neutral site, venue, building, the rims, the goals. Now you guys travel on the road. You get sometimes an hour the day before you play in that venue. Not sure what the logistics are this trip, but start with you, Zach. How long does it take you to, okay, a couple of shots up, I feel pretty good about where the goal is and that type of thing with venues that you are usually seeing each year?
Yeah, I'm usually shooting layups, so it doesn't really matter where I'm at. You have to ask him. No, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. I think we've been actually pretty good on the road this year. I think just it all comes like at the end of the day, it's basketball, no matter where we're at. So I'm excited.
How about you, Taylor?
Yeah, I would agree. The 3-point line still the same distance away. The ball's still the same size. But we get a lot of shots up the day before, so we get pretty acclimated to it pretty fast. So
I feel like I would be in an anxious mess if I was in y'all's situation, like going into this tournament, so much pressure. What are your emotions leading up to that first game? And is it just another basketball game once the ball is tipped?
Oh yeah, I think obviously it'd be we'd like to say there's no pressure, but there is, and I think pressure means that there's something to gain, there's an opportunity, and so being able to channel that in the right way, and like that adrenaline that comes when the ball tips off like that, that's what you dream of as a kid. So not thinking of it, not playing out of fear, but playing out of excitement and joy is what we're gonna try to do.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Awesome.
Annie, Ed, you guys got anything?
Yes, I just
I'm
have
good.
a couple.
Yeah,
I just
go
have a
ahead.
couple real quick. Taelon, when you look back at the success this team's had over the course of the regular season, and you consider that with this group of newcomers, I mean, you had one JUCO kid, 2 Division II transfers. Was there kind of a collective chip on the shoulder with the new group of guys, proving that you can have the kind of success you've had this year?
I would say that, I've always kind of had a chip on my shoulder. Especially though this summer coming from a Division II, I kind of knew that, I wouldn't get looked at, as from the other teams. I know our guys, whenever we came in, were excited. They knew what we brought to the table, but we knew we were going to be slightly underrated going into the season. So being able to sneak up on people early in the season was a great feeling, and we're not sneaking up on anybody now, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and as you look back over the course of the year, where do you feel like you've grown the most, whether that's on the court or off it? Where do you feel like you've seen the most progress with yourself?
Without a doubt, off the floor. I got married this summer, and as much as I've grown on the court since being here, that's one of the biggest places that I would say that I've grown in my relationship with my wife. So we've been through some things, and come out on the other side, and I really don't know how it would have been if I wasn't at a place like Liberty. So off the floor, I would say 100%.